Good morning, everybody. Today, I'll be teaching you about grouped data. No, actually, like how to find the mean, the median, and the mode in group data. For this video, I will assume that you already know what's grouped data. And I've stated this before in the geology review video. From now on, materials that I use will be attached in the description. If there are any materials that I used, I will attach them in the description. So not all videos are gonna have this, but some videos from this point on will have it, yes. Now let's get on with our topic and start with the mean of group data. We can calculate the mean of group data by using the sum of fx divided by the sum of f. Now let's denote a few things. F is the frequencies. The sum of f is the sum of frequencies. And x is the midpoints of each class in the group data. Alright. Now let's erase these, but I'm not gonna erase the formula. It's gonna still be there. Alright, so now we're gonna go to example number 1. We have employees and the bonuses that they receive. Oh my god. Okay. Employee stands for employees. Now, remember that I am assuming you already know about grouped data. So, if you don't know about group data yet, you can ask me in the comments. Or kindly just go Google it up. Because there is information of things on Google. Okay, and here's our first example. So the solution to this, we will be using this formula. Now I have to inform you even more that by x being the midpoint of each class, it's sort of a median of the class width. So imagine 100 plus 190. You divide that by 2 and you will get x. So x is 145. Then you can get 145, 245, 345, and so on. So we're going to write that as a new table. Alright. Here's our new table. We're gonna write this as x, and these as f. Then fx. And just draw a new line here. First off, we have 145 from the fact that it's basically a median for each class. So we can just do this. Now get the frequencies like that. Then you find the sum of frequencies and write that down. So in this case, the sum of frequencies is 40. Now we need to find the sum of fx. What's the sum of fx? 145 multiplied by 4 is 580. 245 multiplied by 13 is 3,185. 345 multiplied by 12 is 4,140. 445 multiplied by 6 is 2,670. 545 multiplied by 3 is 1,635. 645 multiplied by 2 is 1,290. So, if you do the calculations, all this is 13,500. Just to save you a bit of time. Now we can use our formula to find x bar. So it's 13,500 divided by 40. If we cut it down and do the rest of the calculations, it will be 337.5. If you got the answer correct, there shouldn't be any decimals on this one. So that's example number 1 over with. Now let's go to example number 2, and this time we're gonna have you do it yourself. But it's gonna be a bit easier from example number 1. First, I'm going to give you 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, and 25 to 29. And frequencies of 5, 8, 12, 10, and 5. Let's remove that. So, find the mean of this. Pause the video, get your solution, then we will see if your answer is correct. Alright. Okay. Have you gotten your solution yet? We're gonna see if your solution is like mine, and if your answer is correct, like the actual answer. First, we need to get the midpoints, the frequencies, and fx. So the midpoints, we do it as usual. Get the medians. So 0 to 4, 2 is the median. Then 5 to 9, 7 is the median. Then this continues in a pattern where you just add 5 like that. Now get the frequencies like so. Now calculate fx. 2 times 5 is 10. 7 times 8 is 56. 12 times 12 is 144. 17 times 10 is 170. And 22 times 5 is 110. Now, the sum of frequencies is equal to 40. And the sum of fx is equal to 490. So 490 divided by 40 is equal to 12.25. And there is the actual answer. Okay, we've given you 2 examples on that. Let's move on to the median. And it's going to be a tad bit harder. So when we want to find the median of group data, we use L plus N divided by 2 minus CF over F times C. Now, let's denote each one. First, L is the lower boundary. We'll get more into that later when we do example number 1 for this one. For now, see the denotations. for the basic meanings of each. I'll also talk more about the cumulative frequency later. So C is the class width, and finally F is the frequencies of the n divided by 2 class. Okay, it's a lot to take in right now. I'm going to leave that at the top. And let's go to example number 1 now. For example number 1, I won't make you do it yourself. This is a guide, basically, on how you can do it simply. (101 to 120), 121 to 140. Now the frequencies: 2, 9, 15, 28, 27, 14, and 5. Now let's guide you on how to find the median. First, you will take 2 from this and get 2. Wait, let's go to a different color. Take 2 from this, then add 2 to 9 for 11. This is CF, the cumulative frequency. Now add 11 to 15, 26, add 26 to 28, 54, add 54 to 27, 81, add 81 to 14, 95, add 95 to 5, 100. Now 100 is n, the total frequencies. So we need to divide 100 by 2. So n divided by 2 is 50. Now, look at our class width. What's this? Our class width is 20. As for our cumulative frequency, it comes before the 28 that makes it 54. So our cumulative frequency is 26. This means the frequency of our n over 2 class should be 28. Now, why it's 26 and 28 in the first place is because 54 is the number closest to n over 2. Because n over 2 is 50, this is 54, and these two numbers are closer to each other than it's closer to 81 or any other number on our table. Now, since we're in this area, L is the lower boundary, so we take 60 from 61. No, we take 60 and 61. Divide them by 2 for 60.5, which is our L, lower boundary. Now for the final calculation, I will switch to a purple color. So we now have this information that we can use. First, 60.5 plus 50 minus 26 divided by 28. Close the bracket and 20. And that's going to be exactly like the formula that I told you about. It will be a lot to take in, but it will get easy if you practice hard enough. 60.5 plus 24 over 28 times 20. Now, I'd say we have to approximate this. So it's 60.5 plus 17.14. So our median is 77.64. And that is the answer for example number 1. For some people, this may be stupidly hard to understand. So let me zoom out and I'll give you time to screenshot this. Got your screenshot? Let's move on to example number 2. So I'm gonna erase all of this. Now this one, I want you to do it yourself. It's a nice little exercise, and it's kind of like example number 1 that we just did earlier. Okay, here are the classes. So I wrote the classes down. Now I'm gonna write in the frequencies. Okay. Now I want you to find the median of this. Pause the video. Yes, pause the video. Get your solution and your answer. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see the formula as well, in case you forgot about it. Okay. Now, if you've paused the video, gotten your solution, and your final answer, let's see if it's correct. Now, what do we do? As I stated in example number 1, draw a new line. That is our cumulative frequencies. Take 5 from here, making 5. Add 5 to 8, making 13. Add 13 to 12, making 25. Add 25 to 10, making 35. Add 35 to 5, making 40. 40 is our n. So n divided by 2 is equal to 20. Because n is equal to 40, so n divided by 2 will equal 20. Now, what is the number that's closest to 20? 25 is 5 away from 20, and 13 is 7 away from 20. Therefore, we will be using 25. Which means that we will be in this zone. As for the lower boundary, we take 9 and 10. 9 plus 10 over 2 equals 9.5, which is our lower boundary. As for the cumulative frequency, I've stated this before, it will equal 13. And the frequency of the n over 2 class will equal 12. So now find the class width. 0 to 4 is 5. As in the formula 4 minus 0 plus 1, from the formula that n minus m n plus 1 to find a range. Now from here, we can do the final calculation. So the final calculation, 9.5 plus 20 minus 13 over 12 times 5. 9.5 plus 7 over 12 times 5. So now we approximate it into 9.5 plus 2.917. So our median is approximately 12.417. And that is the final answer. I'll be giving time for you to screenshot this, as usual. So you will have 2 examples that you can try to do yourself. Alright, got your screenshot. Let's move on to the final topic for this video that I will be teaching about, the mode of group data. So let me zoom in. Mode is the number that appears most in ungrouped data. But in group data, it's a lot more different. We will start with L like we did for median. But, yo, what are these? So I'm going to denote them once I finish writing the entire formula. And this is the entire formula. Okay, you already know that C is class width and L is lower boundary. I'm going to elaborate on what F0, F1, and F2 are. First, F1 is the modal class. F0 is the class before F1. No, the frequency before F1. Sorry. So F2 is the frequency after F1. Okay. As usual, I'm not gonna remove this. Let's go. Example number 1. And I'm gonna write it down like this. 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, and 60 to 69. Then the frequencies, 6, 10, 20, and 14. Let's calculate. First, the class width. C equals 10. And note, 20 is the highest frequency, so it is in the modal class. So what would L equal? L will equal 49 plus 50 over 2, equaling 49.5. Now we know that F1 is 20 because that's the modal class. F0 will equal 10 because it comes before 20. So F2 equals 14 because that comes after our 20. Now, let's do the final calculation. 49.5 plus 20 minus 10 over 2 times 20 minus 10 minus 14 times 10. And that is exactly like the formula that we wrote just earlier. So start simplifying this to 49.5 plus 10 over 16 times 10. So that's what, 49.5 plus 6.25, and it will equal 55.75. Wait, let me write that with better writing. And that is our final answer. Now, I will give you time to screenshot for this one. Got your screenshot? Let's go to example number 2. So, example number 2 is going to be similar to what we do in example number 1, of course. Let me quickly write it down. First, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, and 25 to 29. The frequencies 4, 8, 18, 12, and 6. Pause the video and find your solution and your final answer. Also get that. Ready? We're gonna see if you are correct. First off, 18 is the highest frequency. and the class width is equal to 5. This is because 9 minus 5 plus 1 is equal to 5. Now let's look at L. L, we take 14 and 15. 14 plus 15 over 2 is equal to 14.5. The modal class, the frequency of the modal class, F1 equals 18. F0 comes before 18, so it's 8. And F2 comes after F1, so it's 12. Now we can start our final calculation with the information that we have. Mode equals 14.5 plus 18 minus 8 over 2 times 18 minus 8 minus 12 and times 5. Now we can simplify it into 14.5 plus 10 over 16 times 5. So that's 14.5 plus 3.125, which will be 17.625. And that is the answer that we have for example number 2, the real answer. Now I will give you time to screenshot this. If you have your screenshot ready, let's continue. Okay. So now that is the end of the tutorial on how you can find the mean, the median, and the mode on group data. Alright, so it's the end of the video. So I'll see ya next time and have a great day. Bye-bye.